Imagine waking up one morning to breaking news. China has successfully launched the world's first fully functional space city into Earth as orbit. A rotating megastructure the size of a small town, artificial gravity, solar wings longer than football fields, 1,000 residents on board, and the first human civilization not based on Earth. How would the world react? Would this spark a new space race or a new Cold War? And how would life actually work inside a city floating above the Earth? Today, we explore what would really happen if China launched the first living space city into orbit. It's 2025. At 7:12 a.m. Beijing time, China's CNSA broadcasts a live event. A massive spacecraft named Tianren Yuhao, Heavenly Humanity 1, enters low Earth orbit. The world is shocked. This isn't a space station like the ISS. This is a fully engineered orbital habitat designed for decades-long human occupation. Features include rotational ring creating artificial gravity, hydroponic agriculture bays, fusion-based backup power system, experimental, onboard hospital, school, labs, living quarters, 300-meter solar wings, ports for spacecraft, cargo, and satellites. And most shocking of all, it can house 1,000 permanent residents. This is not a mission. This is a new civilization. Here's the surprising part. Everything China uses is based on real 2025 technology. The Long March 9 heavy lift rocket, capable of putting 100 tons into orbit. China pre-assembled huge modules on Earth using titanium alloy frames, carbon composite shells, radiation shielding using hydrogen-rich polymers, inflatable habitat sections like NASA's beam. 2 counter-rotating rings spin at 3 RPM, generating 0.6 G, enough to prevent bone and muscle decay. Gigantic solar wings capture 50 megawatts of power. Backup: experimental helium-3 fusion module being tested for the first time. A 1.5 kilometers hydroponic farm belt uses algae bioreactors, vertical farming racks, aeroponic fruit trees, lab-grown protein vats, no livestock, no soil. All water is endlessly recycled. CO scrubbers based on lithium hydroxide used on spacecraft today, 95% closed-loop system. Even human waste becomes fertilizer for hydroponics. Nothing here is impossible. Just ambitious, massive, and expensive. China selects 200 scientists, 150 engineers, 100 military officers, 50 doctors, 100 teachers, artists, psychologists, 400 citizens from a lottery system. This is the first attempt at a balanced human micro-society in space. Residents will stay for 1 year, rotating in and out. A few hundred will become the first long-term citizens of space. In morning, residents wake to a soft artificial sunrise. Temperature: 22 degrees Celsius. Humidity: 45% in breakfast. Fresh vegetables, algae protein, fruit from hydroponics. No coffee, too resource heavy, tea only. Scientists study low-gravity biology, material science, space medicine, cosmic radiation, artificial ecology. Engineers repair and monitor rotational systems, fusion backup, solar panels. Hull integrity. Students attend virtual classes with Earth. Doctors monitor bone density, eye pressure, radiation exposure, mental health, recreation, zero-gravity gym, 360. Earth viewing, dome, digital VR, parks, martial arts, training in low-gravity, artificial sunset signals, bedtime. Sleep cycles follow Beijing time. Life feels futuristic, but also strangely normal. The world reacts instantly. Washington considers this the biggest geopolitical shock since Sputnik. Congress demands a response. NASA pushes funding for Lunar Gateway expansion, U.S. orbital habitat, nuclear space propulsion research, private partnerships with SpaceX, Blue Origin. America fears falling behind. ESA calls for unity. Several member states push for a joint European orbital colony. India accelerates Gaganyaan expansion and proposes its own Boret orbital habitat. Russia praises China publicly, but quietly resumes old Soviet-era orbital colony plans. Fears of military risk increase. Both nations push new space defense systems. Many countries praise China and request access for research and scientific participation. The world is split, excited about humanity's future, jealous of China's achievement, terrified of China having military advantage, hopeful about space colonization. This becomes the new space race 2.0. Officially, China calls it a scientific and humanitarian project for all mankind. But global analysts worry. The city includes laser-based debris deflection systems, high-bandwidth quantum communication, military personnel on board, ability to monitor Earth from orbit, docking ports for unknown modules. Classified fusion technologies scenarios emerge. Could it host weapons? Could it control satellites? Could it disable enemy GPS? Could it spy on Earth in real time? China denies all allegations, but fear grows. 7. Scientific breakthroughs begin after months in orbit. China announces 1. New cancer treatment discoveries. Radiation exposure accelerates cell mutation studies. 2. New materials stronger than steel created in microgravity. 3. Agricultural breakthroughs. Plants grow 40% faster in rotating habitats. 4. Helium-3 fusion prototype success. If true, this could rewrite the global energy map. Countries panic. China now leads. Space tech, fusion energy, material science, orbital biotech. This changes everything. 3 months in, disaster strikes. A 6-meter piece of space debris, traveling at 27,000 kilometers per hour, is on collision course. The world watches live. The space city rotates, tilts, activates, laser deflection, fires maneuver thrusters, evacuates. During sectors, the debris grazes the hull, tearing through a solar panel. Power drops by 8%. Emergency teams rush to repair it. No one dies. The world is shocked yet impressed. China's capability seems unstoppable. Rumors spread that 2 residents are expecting a child. If true, this would be the first human ever conceived in orbit. Scientists warn. Radiation risk, bone development issues, unknown immune system effects, zero-gravity complications. China denies the rumors. But speculation grows. If humanity is to colonize Mars, this question must be answered. China announces plans for a second, larger space city, a lunar surface base, orbital shipyard, space tourism modules, a deep space colony ship prototype. Other nations race to catch up. Humanity has officially entered the orbital civilization era. 1 country made the first move, and the world will never be the same. If China launched the first living space city, it would reshape geopolitics, start a new space race, create scientific revolutions, inspire hope and fear, bring humanity closer to becoming a multi-planet species. The moment the first space city appears in orbit, human history splits into before and after.